It's time for Bet on It.
Hi, Lincoln.
By War Horse.
How we doing,
Sports
Lincoln?
Book. The city, not the person, not Riley.
Nah, although I'm not down on Lincoln.
You're not a hater?
No, not at all.
The city, or
I mean, Riley's fine, and I like Lincoln, the city.
he's all right.
I just was there last night.
You can go hang out at the casino in Lincoln or the one in Omaha. And if you would have gone there last night, you could have cashed in on DB's Florida bet.
Yeah,
That was about
let's start a streak.
just cruising. That's about the easiest one. And then, to be fair, I got to have I'm a little War Horse Sportsbook, no bets, no glory. I'm a little mad at Nebraska, okay?
Yeah.
Because I had them plus the 4.5.
Yeah.
And listen, if you're going to lose anyway,
Don't tease you.
just go ahead and miss that three-pointer in regulation so I get my cover,
Yeah.
Jawan.
Yeah.
Or not Jawan, Bryce.
Do you know how many times that's happened?
A ton. It happens all the
It
time.
happens all the time.
I have this, I'm going to be honest. I have this theory that they should stop the bet at regulation.
So it's funny because me and my guy, and he is by far the longest standing relationship I've had with somebody, and I'm not even sure on his first name.
Okay.
We're going on years. So I say this loosely when I say my boy short side option.
Okay. I thought it was going to be Huskers X's and O's.
No, I told you his name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
So we were talking, and he's just fun. Like, you know, I never know, like, when he's paying attention, when he's not. Sometimes he just drops in, right?
Yeah.
So we were talking about, he heard me talk about the total. And I'm like, does 161 surprise you? Remember that yesterday when I asked you about that deal?
Which, by the way,
and it came down.
Would have been under.
So it
in regulation.
It came down, and he said something funny, like over DM, and I was kind of laughing, and I hit with the fire emoji, and then it went to overtime, and he goes, "Scratch that, doesn't count," because he was right.
I said
in the theory, in his premise, he was right.
I was right too, because I said 161. Man, that feels high.
Yeah, he's just.
Then I had Nebraska plus the 4.5. Both of which would have hit if my guy Bryce Williams doesn't go hero ball mode on me the last two possessions.
Bryce wanted a dub.
Well, he didn't get the dub anyway, so at least let me get the dubs.
Lane looks a little crooked this
right?
morning.
At least let me get the dubs on my bets.
Well, I smell bad.
If you're not going to play in overtime anyway,
you just
go ahead and shut that thing down early.
Yeah.
I had that thing all wrapped up on a tiny little bow.
It's crazy out here.
I'm just saying. I think we should.
Are you going to be all right? You seem very hurt right now.
I think we should start a petition that bets end at regulation unless it's a money line.
Not
You
happening.
seem very hurt right now.
Yeah, you do seem very
unless
hurt.
it's well, because listen,
you seem very hurt right now.
Here's the thing.
You
Vegas.
seem very hurt
You've
right
been pretty good. Like, you're not like DB, but
No, but what I'm
you
saying,
you have been.
I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
But I've thought this for a while though. This isn't just a Nebraska thing. I've thought this for a while that the bet should end at regulation unless it's a money line bet.
Not happening. Vegas will never do that.
I understand that, but Vegas isn't baking in overtime in those lines.
And I think Vegas has taken a bath this year.
Maybe.
I think favorites have covered at a prolific clip.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In college basketball?
Yeah. I think sports across the board.
I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
KP said longest basketball segment in the history of radio. We just talking college hoops, KP.
Talking some college hoops, man. It's basketball season.
Yeah.
I know everybody wants to talk transfer portal
He had a
special teams coaches.
He had
It's
a funny
basketball season.
Angel Reese reference, but I couldn't bash.
That was funny.
But I couldn't bash my guy. He just had a bad night. But the Angel Reese thing was funny.
Yeah,
she drives me up.
He had a bad night, but that's exactly what it looked like.
Just knock it off.
It did. She's pumping those numbers up with the rebounding numbers because it's just like it looked. You know what they call it, the Mikan drill, where you go from like one side of the hoop to the other.
Yeah.
She does that without making any of them. She just like throws it off the backboard to herself from one side of the hoop to the other.
I'm not going to take the opportunity to hate on Angel Reese.
I'm not hating. That's the reality.
But I would say this.
Yeah.
Just take 60 seconds and say self-awareness.
Woosah.
Self-awareness. Self-awareness.
Like your wristband, self-awareness. Those are the last two letters.
This is my thing. You know how many consecutive days I've had this on since he sent it.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's
it's not stretching either.
It's grace, compassion. What's the second C?
The last one is self-awareness. So it's
G.
grace, wisdom, compassion, courage.
Courage. Self-awareness.
Yeah.
Need a little self-awareness sometimes. Like
Yeah.
maybe if you're Juwan Gary, just be like, hey, I don't have a real good touch tonight. Maybe we just kick that bad boy out. Get the offensive rebound, reset the possession. Especially when you're up 15.
Nah, I get it.
You know, and just like, oh, maybe we run a little possession.
I
Maybe
get
try
it.
and get a better look. Because his were pretty close to the basket. It's not like those were super challenging shots. I know that they were contested. I know that there may have been some fouls that were not called. 5 for 21 is damn near inexplicable from that range.
Mm.
From where he was shooting the ball, that's almost
Yeah.
inexplicable.
Would you say he dropped 3 percentage points after last night?
3.5. He was like 44.5 coming in. He's down to 41 even now.
Oh, in a 1-game sample size.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Mm.
At halfway through the season, it's pretty hard to drop your field goal percentage 3.5 points in one day. That's a tough day at the office. Now, on the other hand, Sanford got his 3-point percentage up 2 points yesterday as well. So he can thank Nebraska for that. But
No, he can thank himself.
he can thank Nebraska getting lost in transition a little bit. Like we're just not going to get out on shooters at all?
Nah.
No.
Just don't want to get out on shooters? Don't want to find guys in transition that are just lighting you on fire?
Just trailing the play in transition in general was a thing last night.
100%.
Yeah.
You know what used to drive? Like, I liked it because obviously I was rooting for Creighton. But if I was another
Shocker.
If I was another
Selfish.
coach, I would have lost my mind every time Ethan Rogge just trailed a play and had a wide open 3 at the top of the key.
Yeah.
That's easy.
I would like for you to be more like me, where you can be I clearly like Coach Mack more than you.
Mm-hmm. I don't know about that.
But I'm still more objective. Like, I'm gonna need you to not come across as Creightonian.
Oh, I'm not going to do that.
No.
Whoa. Listen.
Would you like to give that some thought?
Not even a little bit. DB, I like what I like. I'm not going to.
That's funny. Oh, I'm not gonna do that.
I'm not going to pretend that I don't like what I like.
No, you can I love Creighton, but I don't. It
You
doesn't.
You heard it here first. DB loves Creighton.
No, I do.
I know you do.
I-
Big private school guy.
No. No. Well, actually, I'm.
Yeah, where's Steven been at? Well, actually, where you at, buddy?
probably working.
It's fine. He's always on here anyway. You think he just got a job?
No, he does,
work
and I think
hard.
he's been there for Remember, he's like 20 some years.
Yeah, he's a railroad man,
Yeah.
isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's. We need you in the comments. Well,
That's-
actually, what are we doing? Come on.
That's like my man Kevin.
We were talking about Steve Young earlier today. Steven Young needs to hop in the chat.
So I'm gonna. You can't take the opportunity go all in on Nebraska basketball and not treat Creighton with the same vitriol.
Oh no, Creighton's bad. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, they're not bad.
Yeah, they're pretty bad right now.
But you're winning.
They're pretty bad right now.
When did they play again? Saturday?
Saturday, yeah, they have.
When they
What's
win,
wrong with the
I
schedule?
mean, can we bet on this? Can we bet on whether Fedor Zugic is ever going to play double-digit minutes in a game?
I told you, talking to those guys, I think we overstated the value.
I think
Our expectation level was off.
I think they're wrong. I think they're wrong.
But they're in the heart of it. They would know more than
Hey,
we would.
sometimes you can't see the forest through the trees. You know what I'm saying? That's
No,
a
you're
real thing that
exactly
happens. That's a real thing that happens, and you know it. You get too close to a situation.
You're incredible.
Listen, I need somebody besides Jemiah Neal to be my second ball handler. Lovely man.
He gives you anxiety, doesn't he?
He seems like a lovely person. I don't know him.
We'll talk to you later.
I don't know him. Who was I talking to?
my mom.
Oh, probably, yeah. We love D. But Jemiah Neal is a really nice ball player if he's allowed to do the things he's good at.
Yeah.
Being the second best ball handler on a team, not the thing that he's good at. Third or fourth, sure. Why not?
Oh shoot!
You're off. You can't put Stephen. You're not doing Stephen Ashworth any favors. You're not doing Ryan Kalkbrenner any favors by not having better offensive players on the floor.
No,
I watched the international tape. Right? I'm not making this up on rumors. I'm a dork. I like watching international basketball
You got
tape.
the dork part right.
I had a full scouting report on Radi Andronikashvili. All right, I did. I watched Fedor Zugic. That dude can play. He can get a bucket. He can relieve some of that pressure. At some point, I need you to get probably the third or fourth best player on your team on the freaking floor.
All right. Well, do you want the locks while we're trying?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to stay on this heater.
Heater.
Take your boys.
My boys?
The Neptunians. Nova.
Oh, get out of here.
Will beat Connecticut tonight.
Oof.
Take Nova. And take Arkansas, laying the 3 at home against Ole Miss.
Nova and Arkansas, those are your locks from DB. That's Bet On It, brought to you by War.
2-0.